Just sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You're good.
All these cameras. What have you done before that sort of jibes with what Vic does on defense? Or
Well, I think there was a natural fit in talking to Vic and to Neil through this process about our scheme, having coached in basically every kind of defense over the last 7 or 8 years, between the 4-2-5, the 3-4, the 3-3 stack, and what we're doing with our multiple front defense. So there was a big comfort level with that, and just not only progression of the position of the inside backers, but also growth within the scheme. So it's been pretty seamless so far.
Do you look at film from last year on the guys you're going to be coaching, or are you a clean slate guy?
It's a great question. When it comes to the competition in the room and building depth, I want to form my own opinion. Now, with that being said, I've watched a ton of film from last year because I'm coming in on the second year of a scheme, and really longer than that, going back to their Troy days and our Troy days. I've got to learn their terminology, their scheme, their adjustments, those things. So there's been a lot of film, but I've tried to not make my own observations of the players themselves until I've had these morning workouts and been around the guys and getting the chance to do that. So yeah, I am very much a clean slate guy, because that's one positive with transition.
The education that you mentioned, then, that you said it was more for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with this defense, though.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen a lot of aspects of it.
Yes.
Does that put you ahead, or there are things that you've seen where you go, oh, that's new or different?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. There's some things that Vic is doing, and with the scheme, and Jordan up front. I mean, there's no doubt there's some things that are really intriguing that I have watched from outside. Like you mentioned, coaching against them in a bowl game a couple years ago at another school, and so there's definitely some things there that are different than what I've done in the past. But when you do go back, there's 11 guys. You're forcing the ball to go a place to make sure you have angles to tackle the football. None of that changes, and it's no different here. So there's a fundamental aspect of it that's consistent, but there's definitely wrinkles that I'm excited to be a part of now.
How does having coached in the Big 12 help you here?
It's been a little bit since I was in the Big 12, so as far as a lot of coaching changes since I was in the conference, but just dynamic of recruiting probably is the biggest thing, and what it takes to be successful in this conference. We talked about being in the SEC. It's no different. I mean, this is one of the best conferences in the country, and every week is a battle, and every week is a test. But when you're going out and recruiting and knowing what you're going up against and what you've got to find and identify to be competitive in this league, that probably helps as much as anything. Haven't done it before.
not just coaching changes, but half the teams have changed.
Yeah, exactly.
You mentioned schematically how WVU is a fit for you, but how about personality-wise with Neil and everything? How do you fit in here?
So far, so good. I know this is a program, again, going back to coaching against them, having some mutual friends on the staff, some acquaintances on the staff, and kind of knowing Coach Brown, maybe not being, having worked with him before, but knowing of him, definitely a program that you kind of watched over the years and go, man, that'd be something. I'd be interested to be a part of something like that. Just in this program development, the day-to-day detail, how we train our players both off the field and on the field, all of that's been great. And then the personality fit with the coaches on the staff, with him, with the families, with the wives, with the kids. It's amazing how involved everybody is here because they want to be. And then you throw in the fact that you're at West Virginia University, you're a part of this program, this fan base, and that it kind of just elevates everything times two.
You're coming in the midst of a big physical renovation project, and I'm sure they told you about that up front. Does that change the way you do anything, or do you use that kind of as a selling point? Hey, we're all kind of under construction right now.
It's all positive. All of it's a positive. It was a positive when I came up here to look at this job. I mean, because it shows commitment. It shows commitment and dedication and making sure that we have the resources we need to be successful in this conference. I was asked a minute ago about being in the Big 12 previously and how that helps me here. Well, I know the standard. I was at Texas. I've been to Oklahoma several times. I was at Iowa State. I've been all across this conference. At the end of the day, we will have and are building what's going to be the best in this conference, and that's going to help us be successful in this conference. But at the end of the day, going back to the last question, it's bricks, it's mortar, it's fancy stuff. It's about the people in the building. It's about our players. It's about the coaches and our mentality in here, and that's what excites me the most.
Is there any feeling of difference for you? This is kind of the ground floor of a rebuilding of the program as opposed to last year. it was, obviously you guys were more in win now mode, I think. Just for you, is there a difference?
Yes and no. The longer you coach, I've come in on the back end of places. I've come in on the front end several times. It's not my first time coming in on the front end of a tenure, so to speak. But at the end of the day, we always want to win. And just like the standard last year wasn't set or wasn't met, just like Coach Brown, I'm sure, has talked about that. But we are building it with the right foundation. And just like you do in any business, any corporation, if you don't build it with the right foundation, you're not going to have success long term. And everything that we're doing is for long-term success and to have a basis of being able to do it every single year. And as a coach, again, it's about development. It's about building, and that's what you pride yourself on, and that's what we all have passion for.